What's happening, guys? Merry Christmas. Welcome in to Wake Up Barstool. Got a great show planned for you today. Got a recap, a little Monday Night Football. Plus, the Chicago boys are here, meaning it's time to talk Bears and debate. Caleb Williams, Steven Cheah. We got Kmet. We got Christmas. We got a lot of fun. We got Supreme Debate and Rico, Bosco joining the show. So, coming out FS1, this is Wake Up Barstool. What's happening, guys? Merry Christmas. Hope you're having an excellent day. Your preparations are going swimmingly and the vibes are high. T-Bob, Chief, Cheah, and Eddie with you today. Nobody behind the glass. It's going to be a great day. Yeah. Hey, Carson, you want to sit in there so Mama Carson can see you on TV? No? You're okay? Okay, cool. Hey, guys, check it out. Raise your hand if your NFL team won and you have an exciting young franchise quarterback. Oh, no, Steven. Steven, what happened?
The Bucs are bad. The Bucs are bad right
happened,
now. And I fully admit that. The Bucs are not a good football team. They control their own destiny, but like even if they get in the playoffs, I'm not optimistic they're going to do anything. So I get it. The Bucs at this point stink. And I have accepted it.
Well, this is kind of sad. I don't know. This is just the last thing I had, the raise a hand thing. But now I thought, I wanted to fight, not supplication.
I would love to fight. I would love for this team to fight. We just played 3 divisional opponents in a row. We've lost to New Orleans.
Hey, we're good, though.
We've lost to New Orleans at home. We have lost to Atlanta. And we've lost to Carolina in consecutive weeks.
Yeah, that is dark.
If that happens, how am I defending this team if they cannot defend themselves? This is a terrible division, and we just got run on by the entire division.
Eddie, I see such a self-satisfied, smug half smile creeping on your face. You've been demanding this man apologize for the NFC South all year long, and here you get to listen to him talk about losing to the entirety of the South within a single calendar month.
Yeah, it's rare to hear him actually be beaten down, but I think he's finally there. And I'm taking a little bit of enjoyment out of it. I don't hate the Bucs. I like you. Yeah, well, I do like Steven Cheah, but also I think he should pay for his sins for some of the things he's been saying on the internet. So I'm relishing in it a little bit.
It's Caleb. Just go back to Caleb Williams. Is that what this is about, guys?
A little bit, because he loves to bring up, like, same thing, Caleb Williams.
I don't bring up Caleb Williams.
Time out. Had a bad first half, and I was sitting next to you during that Bears game.
Half.
Well, listen, all right, bad 3 quarters, whatever.
3.5?
Bad 3.5. Sure.
Tough 55 minutes.
The sassiness of the 3.5.
Let me tell you one thing about watching a game with Steven Cheah. He loves to mutter the stat line, like, in between that time. And then, so just same
5
thing.
5 of 11?
Exactly. Yeah. I watched the Bucs game with him. First half, Baker was what, like 5 for 8 or something like that for like 50 yards? I gave you a mutter back. It's just that simple. So,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, when are you going to take responsibility for what Baker Mayfield is doing?
I am not going out there saying Baker Mayfield is an elite quarterback right now. I think he is a good quarterback overall. He has not.
There was
been
MVP discussions. I was going to say.
Yeah, earlier in the year.
Yeah, okay. What happened?
Things have changed.
What happened?
Oh, you want to go into what happened? He's hurt. He's hurt. He has a sprained AC joint.
That is true. Baker. Well, no, I will give Baker a bit of it out here. Let's not go too, because remember, like Cleveland didn't believe Baker when he said he was hurt, and then they ran him out of town, and then he ended up being pretty awesome.
What's the real Baker? Because he's had probably more bad than good overall in his career now. Probably.
Guys,
Close.
Guys, we cannot go so far with this. Baker.
All right, I'm lashing out on Baker because he makes fun of Caleb.
That's true. I do like Baker, but
and look, Caleb may have had a bad 3.5 quarters, but it's all well that ends well.
Also, in fairness, I believe the only stat I muttered was at halftime when you're going to make your video, and I said Caleb Williams has 5 completions at halftime. He had 6 completions in the first half against.
Regardless, you like to mutter stats.
So
I wanted to give you that because you were gonna rant on the Bears. I thought that's a fair.
He was helping you. He was producing.
Why don't you tell him about how fast the wind was blowing? 25, 30 mile per hour gusts. Hard to throw in that.
Unless
Sure,
you
I
can
mean,
spin it, unless you can
I'll be
spin
the
it
first
like
to say
Caleb.
Williams has a great arm. It's very strong.
Okay, hold on, because there's like a million different directions I want to go, but I do want to know about the muttering real quick. Is it sincere? I don't think it is. I think you know what you're doing. When you mutter the stats, they're kind of like, ooh, like, oh,
At
no.
halftime, your halftime video,
Yeah, but outside of just the halftime
Oh,
video,
you were helping them.
when you're reflecting.
I wasn't like, hey,
I feel
this
like you
guy's
play it
terrible.
off like you're reflecting and you're reading them like, oh wow, I'm shocked, but really you know them and you just want them to hear them.
Yeah, he wants to win the debate. He wants to win the Caleb Williams argument, and that me admitting that's what he wants.
Let's talk about this. What is the debate? What do Bears fans think the debate is?
You said you were out on Caleb Williams in that seat, give or take 8 weeks ago.
It was October 25th.
I think is he like a true franchise quarterback that you can have sustained success with and build around?
My take was that I do not think that Caleb Williams can win a Super Bowl because he doesn't play from the pocket enough. Essentially, that's what it boils down.
I think a couple of things. I think I kind of loathe when we do the Super Bowl barrier. I get that I understand that it has to be the goal, right? It has to be the goal for everybody. But like, you can't just build a space station on the moon. You have to develop technology to like train to go to space. The rocket ship has to evolve. Okay, we're doing exploratory missions, and then eventually, every now and then, maybe you get like a Drake May, and that's like you discover some alien tech that you like reverse engineer, and it accelerates things.
Really,
like,
when was he drafted?
What?
Same year as Caleb. Yeah.
No. I know, and I'm saying that he's off to a better start. Like nobody's saying Caleb's better than Drake May right now. I don't think that at all. But I think you can build around both of them. Is my point is I've seen enough out of Caleb, and especially now because it's the coach quarterback combo where it's like
Bingo.
Now you got the guy. Those are the two elements. You have a great coach that you believe in and a quarterback that you believe in, and that can set you up for years. And maybe you never get a Super Bowl, but if you're playoff relevant every single year and you're making it, you're going to give yourself a chance.
Then the expectations will change. If you are continually playoff relevant, then it becomes, can they win the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah. And anytime the technology maxes out, right, and we're no longer trending towards space station on the moon, yes, people are going to get upset.
Do you have any thoughts on the fact that this is the first time he's ever been forced to try to play from the pocket? He had no coach last year. Lincoln Riley let him do whatever he wanted. Now, like, Ben Johnson is teaching him how to be a quarterback.
That is true, like how to be an NFL
quarterback. So he's
quarterback.
Effectively, like, in my head, this is like his real rookie year. Last year was such a disaster.
That's sacked a million times.
Yeah, you almost throw it out. And he's learning how to play the position right now. He got sacked 1 billion times last year. They invested in the line. Everything's getting better. We still don't know what his ceiling is.
Listen, the take was not that he is a bad quarterback. I think that he is, at this point, an average quarterback. An average being anywhere from 13 to 25. I think he's way closer to 13 than 25. He's probably somewhere around the 16th, 17th best quarterback in the league. Some people are up in arms because they think he should be the 14th or the 13th. We're parsing at this point. I don't think that he is better than Jared Goff. I don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's better than Justin Herbert. Can he one day? Certainly. But everything that I said on October late October 25th, still stands. He still bails on the pocket too much. His completion percentage is still terrible. Those are things that you need to be better at to win a Super Bowl.
Completion percentage is kind of the one bugaboo for him right now. But
It's horrible.
but the difference is the arm and the athleticism and the balls, which have been on full display
That was the
lately.
same
Big, hairy,
in October.
bare balls, and you saw it on that throw in OT.
Do you see him getting there?
Nothing has changed from that sense. Is he a very clutch player? Absolutely. There's no denying that. He has several game-winning throws. Would I like to see him face a blitz, stand in, step up, and deliver winning throws consistently? Yes. If he can do that, then absolutely he can be an MVP in this league. But we haven't seen anything close to that.
Well,
But then
how did the game tying TD was? I mean, that was zero blitz, free rusher off the edge.
Sure.
The game winner was shot play with a guy in his face as well.
How many guys can? Like,
No, that throw's incredible.
That's a great throw. I'm
And
not
what
saying it's
about what people just strike this up as being cool, but to me, the confidence to put the hands in the pockets after the throw, knowing because you feel it, it's a dime. That's quarterback intangibles to me. That's that cockiness that I need out of my QB.
Iceman, baby.
It's a throw of the year.
But like, it's tough when you're saying both things right now. Can he be this? Yes. Well, then if you think he has potential to be that, then how are you saying you're out on him? Those are two ideas are directly opposed to each other.
I'm not going to apologize for making football takes during football season. Like I don't.
But out means bust.
If that's like somehow a super offensive thing to say, like I do not believe at this point he can win a Super Bowl. Would you rather me say it like that?
But it's like at this point, like I don't think the Bears are necessarily winning the Super Bowl this year. But I think we have seen enough good signs.
So declare you're out less than 30 games in was it?
Okay, let's
admit that was premature.
Admit that was premature. Okay. We're getting a bit bogged down here, and we can revisit this. I'll let you finish.
If we can see him consistently do that, like again, for the first 55 minutes of the game, he was terrible. The Bears had 6 points. Like blame it on fourth down play calling, whatever you want to do.
Packers had a good game plan. They had the ball for 1,000,000 minutes.
Yeah,
a lot of the game plan against Caleb is to keep him in the pocket. Ben Johnson said 3 weeks ago, we are winning in spite of our passing game.
He did clarify that comment, though.
Okay. Hold on now, because I don't want to get too lost here. I love this conversation, and we can continue to break it down. But, I mean, boys, this is a time of joy and thanksgiving and gratitude. Here the Bears sit, beating the Packers in a legendary instant classic Saturday night prime time, only to then the next day clinch the playoffs for the first time since 21. And what an environment y'all took the game in over my part of town. Shout out JL's electric local sports bar. And look at this video from when the game-winning touchdown was thrown, when these guys thought, and there is no better feeling as a fan than when your team exceeds expectations and is on the rise, right? Because you're right, Steve. Like, now the expectation is going to come. And then when you think you're dead in a game and the live sports brings you something special, look at the unbridled joy.
And he swallowed.
Look at the unbridled joy on these guys right here. This is what it's all about. This is what life is all about.
Honestly, it really is, man. It really is. I had a lot of thoughts this past weekend, and that. And there were a lot of Packers fans talking crap about how that's their Super Bowl, and congratulations, first time really having a big win in the rivalry. But that's a core memory that a lot of people have with their family, with their friends, with whoever, and that's honestly a game I'll never forget. So it was truly awesome.
We got to talk about this because I still haven't received my game ball. We all watched the game together, and I made a heroic move. I left right before the onside kick. I was walking to my car to get in, and I was watching on my phone, and they recovered the onside kick. And I texted both of you, "You're welcome. I'm going to stay away."
And you wonder why there's animosity in this conversation.
I was rooting for the Bears to score a touchdown. I needed them to score a touchdown for a bet I had. But I was rooting for the Bears to score, and I said, "Guys, I'm not doing it right now."
Wait, but were you bad luck if they had already?
Yeah, we had to get rid of him and White Sox Dave.
Yeah, that could be.
Y'all made Dave leave?
White Sox Dave
left too. Yeah.
What's wrong with Dave?
Dave left before. He left at half.
What's wrong with Dave?
Quarter.
Well, I mean,
oh my God, what's not wrong with Dave?
He went to go watch at a bar across the street. He wanted to quote unquote change the vibes.
He changed the vibes, and he said he yelled so hard that he puked.
Yeah.
Now this throw, I know the OT one is awesome because it's a walk off the celly, everything. But the zero blitz, fourth down, speed him up, fade away, Steph Curry drop in the corner. That was a thing of beauty right there. That was composed. That was a play where I'm like, okay. And it's something that Caleb has done. Now, granted, I guess in the first Packers game, he tried something similar. He ends up throwing the pick in that situation, but he's not scared of the moment. And so much of quarterback play comes down to intangibles to me. And do you have the courage? Are you afraid of mistakes, or do you believe in yourself? And what was that quote he had a few weeks ago? Where he's like, I can make any throw?
Yeah.
Like, is that ill-advised? So he's like, no. Like, I can make anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I need out of my quarterback. As long as he's backing it up. And you look at the year 1 to year 2 improvement, I would say he's backing it up, even statistically. Now.
So if you're buying stock in 3 quarterbacks that have been in the league for 2
Oh, look at that.
or 3 seasons, is he in there? Is he one of the 3? Give me the 3 quarterbacks.
I mean, Drake May is one. We're
It
taking.
doesn't have to be in order, but obviously Drake May would be one of them.
Tyler Shuck has to be in that group. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not joking. I'm kind of joking, but I'm actually not joking.
Who are you booting for him then?
What?
Who are you booting for him then?
I'm going to just be
Last 3 years, you got to pick 3 quarterbacks.
prisoner of the moment. The last 3 years, guys.
To buy
have been
stock in
drafted.
for the future, yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying Caleb. I'm buying Shuck. You're probably getting the best price on Shuck, to be fair. And I'll buy May. Sorry, Jade.
No Jaden Daniels.
So Jaden Daniels is out.
Sorry, Jade. I don't know. He's hurt.
So here's my thing. When people are like quarterback rank, like Big Cat kind of tailored it to Caleb's narrative with like, oh, Brock Purdy's not healthy, Lamar's not healthy. If the season ended today and we were starting a team for next year to win next year, Caleb is not in the top 12. He's not in the top 15.
No, but he's on his
probably.
rookie year deal. He doesn't have to be.
Yes, but if we're talking about the last couple of years, I think Drake May is a pretty clear number one.
Sure.
No problem with that.
I would still put Jaden Daniels at 2. We saw last year, obviously, that health is a concern. We saw last year he's winning road playoff games. He's putting a franchise that is obviously not very good on his back and being the guy, the reason they're winning. And then if you're talking about the last 3 years, I think it comes down to, do you kick out Bo Nix or C.J. Stroud for Caleb? I think it's certainly a conversation.
Okay.
I think I would take Caleb over Bo Nix for sure. For sure.
Bo Nix has been playing really good.
He has been playing really good, but imagine Caleb Williams on the Broncos with Sean Payton. I think he might be even better. Maybe not. I could be wrong there because Bo was good in college as well. I don't know.
I think
I'm kind of a Bo Nix hater, though, to be fair.
You always want to
Like
see
you,
that
Bo Nix.
year 1 to year 2 jump. I think it's going to be 2 to 3.
Okay, let's get into a guy that played very well then last night. Brock Purdy, the kind of oft-ignored Brock Purdy, who had traditionally been terrible on Monday Night Football. Now, granted, this is a Colts team that the injuries go way beyond just Daniel Jones. Their entire offensive line is hurt. They're down their 2s and 3s across the board.
Sauce Gardner's
I think
out.
they're down to their 5th and 6th cornerback at this point. So it was kind of, this is a very good Niner team and a Colts team that is, it's done. But like Purdy, and he are we?
Purdy's
is he a
good.
Product?
Purdy's
He's good. He's
Purdy's
really
good.
But is it like because we saw Matt come in and do well? I guess if I'm starting a team, I think I would still go maybe with these other guys because of the raw ability. Maybe compare. Purdy will just never shake the system, unfortunately, no matter how good he is, probably.
Probably not. I had 2 big takeaways from that game. It was one, people are going to look at this and be like, all right, Phil, you shouldn't have come back. Philip Rivers did not give up 41 points. Like, sure, he gave up that pick.
He also played great.
Yeah, I know.
really
That's what
well,
I'm saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And 2, like, I don't know how the San Francisco 49ers are kind of getting overlooked at this point.
I know.
They
They're
control
really
their own
good.
destiny to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're really good. We play them Sunday, and I'm nervous.
Yeah, you should be. They're
they're
complete.
really good.
They're awesome. That's all they do is win. That's all they have done. I mean, throughout NFL history, that's all they've done is win. It's like,
But everyone only wants to talk about the Rams and the Seahawks out of that division, it feels.
yeah. Well, and it's because they're just been maybe a scooch better all year long.
And I think they got people kind of in their minds wrote them off when Mac was the quarterback for so long.
Probably.
So I think they kind of
And all the injuries.
and then all the injuries. So now it's like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
They're 11-4 and they're getting healthy at the right time and they're playing great football.
We
Yeah.
can still get into this Monday night game more. I do want to offer a bit of a eulogy to my beloved Indianapolis Colts. Good night, sweet prince. In this incredible year of 2025 NFL football in which all of our expectations have been subverted and zeros have gone to heroes and the penthouse and the outhouse have become mixed and inverted, you really set the tone, Colts. We all made fun of you in the offseason when you went and got Danny Dimes. This team does stand a chance. They're absolutely terrible. And you gave us over half a season of dominance, blowing teams out of the water. And then you had the knife poised over the Kansas City Chiefs' heart, and you just couldn't push down, and everything has gone awry since. And you'll be forgotten in time. Nobody's going to remember this team, but I will. You meant something to me this year, guys. You were fun. You just got some bad breaks in the end.
We need to talk about your outfit when we get back.
What? Oh my God, I'm dying, I think. I'm sorry, guys. We don't have a cough button. I think I'm dying. All right, more Wake Up Barstool coming up next. What outfit? I'm sweating. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here in FS1. Okay, we're going to talk DK Metcalf for a little bit, get into our NFL pretender contender conversation here in a minute. I thought I was wearing a bear suit. You think this might be a chipmunk suit?
I think it might be a chipmunk suit. It also looks like it might be a size or 3 too small.
No.
I think it's,
You got capris on. Show this guy's
does it
leg.
have a tail or not? Does it have a tail?
Oh, God, I probably should. I don't know. Does it have a tail?
Yeah, you got a little.
Yeah.
My
Oh, it's
little
a
bear.
bear.
It's a bear.
It's got a bear.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm just a big old
Okay.
Chicago Bear, boys. I will say this, and the last thing on the Bears, but so I'm new here, and so outside of the Saints, I'm going to be cheering for the local teams. I want them to do well, and I love community, and there's nothing better. I think there were about 4 or 5 Bear references at church. Right, from like the different people on the stage. I had a Packers fan in front of me. He's like booing him. He's like, "How many Super Bowls?" This old man. It's just God. It's the good stuff, especially around this time of year. Not the good stuff. DK Metcalf. Getting into it a bit with a fan. We kind of debated what the suspension was going to be yesterday. I think this is the right thing. 2 games, rest of the regular season. I don't think he actually did that much, but the NFL has to be very wary about this is you have to overpunish here. But I think going through the playoffs would have been way too much of an overpunishing here. What are your thoughts?
I don't know if this is worth $45 million. If that's true, the suspension would void $45 million in guaranteed
That's insane.
That's insane.
That's insane. Now, I believe that probably through appeal that would be
I would hope so.
taken care of.
He didn't make contact. It wasn't like he you shouldn't do it. You can't do it. It's inexcusable. $45 million for a little reach up punch that you miss. I don't know. I think
And it
that's
was
a
more
little
like
bit
a
harsh.
grab and then like a shove. You know,
Yeah.
like a push back.
I
What?
mean, it was a closed fist.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I think, but he had a grip to pull him down, and you grip someone and then you shove him away. So it was like a shove into like a. But the distance, the grip wasn't on his shirt; it was on his hair.
You think that should cost $45 million?
Not $45 million. I do think a 2-game suspension was appropriate.
I agree with that.
I assume it's with that $45 million, I'm assuming it's offsetting some language in his contract.
Yeah.
Where if there is some
Yeah.
suspension, then they get to basically get out from it, which they should. He has been terrible this year for what they paid.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf has not been a good receiver or lived up to his contract. But what is it about Detroit fans? First, I mean, a long time ago, but Malice at the Palace, and then we got another instance in a different sport where players are throwing punches at fans. That's crazy. Do they have a rep for that? I thought Detroit fans are very nice.
I saw. This is my supreme debate, by the way, so I'm going to hold my commentary a little bit. But I did see it was because he called him by his full name. Did you guys hear that?
I was wondering what the motive.
That's what I heard. I saw a video going viral that he called him by his full name.
Redemption for Rico Bosco.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. Can we call you Robert? Or are you going to punch me in the face?
Well, actually, fun fact, Eddie. Our real name is Bobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not Robert. Legal name Bobby. Probably some of the only people on the planet, all the way down from my grandpa to my son.
Probably.
The
All
real
right.
Bobs. But wait, what's DK's real name?
DeKalen.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I saw. I don't know for sure, but
DJ Moore has a thing with that too.
does he?
Oh, yeah, we
Does
did ask
not
Jared
like
this. Forgot
being
that.
called by his
By the full name?
Yeah, which I won't even say because I can't remember it. Yeah.
This is a weird place of work for full names. Some people go by their real names, some don't. Screen
Yeah.
names. It's odd.
I also, can we get clarification on that? So they have the option to void his contract because of it, or it's just automatic? I don't really understand.
I hadn't seen that figure before. If the figure is that big, it has to be that his contract can then.
So it's
get,
they could kind of be like, all right.
Yeah, it's language in his contract from production that if he gets suspended, they can get out from underneath.
Also, let's be honest, this is the fakest suspension of all time.
What do you mean?
Because listen, the last 2 games, they're going to get in. They're going to get in.
Who do they have last 2 games?
They're playing Baltimore week 18, which could end up being a huge game, depending on what happens.
Who do they play next week?
Cleveland.
Yeah, they're going to win. They're in. They're going to win. They're going to be in. They're going to be, and then of course, Goodell doesn't want DK Metcalf out for the playoffs.
No. You can't have him out for the playoffs.
It's kind of fixed.
What is the appeal process? And this is a 7-second video. How is this? What possibly could be his defense?
You confirm.
Well, I mean, they're always going to appeal, right? Yeah. You always appeal. Definitely try to maybe work out some of the language financially, I would imagine. maybe you could try and lie and say that he said something he didn't say. I don't know. But I mean, I feel like you have to appeal just on principle, right? And just see where you land. Like, just shoot your shot and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's negligent to not appeal.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into Super Bowl contenders and pretenders, guys. We got some teams here, and this is just a classic sports talk segment here, guys. And let's start with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pretenders. Although great game they played Sunday. Yeah. Like if they pull together a couple more here before the end of the year, maybe they could change their mind. But as someone who really saw them against the Bears, and granted it was Mason Rudolph and Aaron Rodgers is playing better.
Playing very well.
He's the difference.
He is.
I think they're live to win a playoff game. I just don't see them being a consistent enough team to go through the entirety of the run.
Yeah, and it's hard because everything's about draw too. Like who's coming to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Right? If it's Buffalo, I'm not taking them against Buffalo.
No.
Is anyone?
Yeah, no, because they're going to get the
best
non-division winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, to your point, I don't know if I'm choosing them against anyone in the field, if I'm just like picking them to win pregame, but I do think Aaron Rodgers makes them much more live than the quarterbacks that they've rolled into the playoffs with the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay, you taking that or the Texans defense though?
That's what I'm saying. I would still lean in any matchup on here. Maybe Chargers.
They could beat the Chargers.
They could beat the Chargers.
Maybe Chargers would be the only one that I could choose him against pregame.
Especially if TJ Watt's out, like that's their offensive line.
But I mean, what the heck? Do the Chargers sit here at 11-4, boys? Are the Chargers contenders and pretenders?
They're
pretenders too.
They can absolutely win a game though. Absolutely. Especially if it's against Pittsburgh.
That conference as a whole, I think there's a lot more pretenders than contenders.
I don't know. I think the Patriots are real. I unfortunately think the Jags are real. The Bills, I don't think anybody thinks they're not.
Well,
and I think the Texans are real too.
Let's get it. Okay, so real quick, so I want to get into why the Jags are real, but here's, and I'm reductive with the Chargers. It still feels like they're just way outperforming the amount of injuries they have, which is great, like for the sign of how good of a coach Harbaugh is, how good of a quarterback Herbert is, and how good the culture is now. But I do feel like it's probably going to be too much to overcome given some of the pass rushers and defenses that they'll face this season. Why do you think the Jags are real?
Unfortunately, it is Liam Cohen. Like he is like McVay 2.0. Like he is really good. Trevor Lawrence, I don't think anybody is going to bat for him in year whatever this is for him, 5 or 6. It's like he is a great quarterback. Like he has been, unfortunately for him, a disappointment. And he has won a playoff game. He has gotten another contract. But I don't think anyone wants to hitch their wagon necessarily if they had all possible options to Trevor Lawrence. That being said, Liam Cohen has him playing pretty good football. They have a very good defense that gets a ton of turnovers. Liam Cohen,
Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas really hasn't been that effective. Like
Jacoby Myers has been really good.
Great.
Myers got a new deal too.
Jacoby Myers,
and they can run the
great
football
for them.
Yep.
So.
Well, and here's a shocking stat that I found yesterday that I apologize to our listeners. If you watch all of Wake Up, you've heard me reference a couple times, but since week 11, in terms of EPA, the Denver Broncos 29th defensively in the NFL. So this defense that we just assume is still great is actually fallen off a cliff. The Jags in that same span, number 1 in the NFL. So, that's why they're legit. The defense is great. Trevor Lawrence is playing better than he ever has at any stretch in his entire career. I got to find these Trevor Lawrence numbers that I had on yesterday's show.
And we just saw them beat the Broncos, who are going to be the number 1 seed. I think the Jags could beat the Patriots. It's just like this to me, it feels like if Josh Allen doesn't win it now, like this is their year. It feels like much more parity in the AFC. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar. So to me, it's even though Buffalo is could be the 5 or the 6 seed,
likely going to be the 5. They could still win the division, but it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, but it's like it still feels like they would be the odds-on favorite if you're going to pick a team to win it. But I think the Jags could easily get to the Super Bowl.
Here's the Lawrence numbers I was looking for. Over the last 4 games, 12 touchdowns, no picks. Obviously, that's great. But in the last month, leads the AFC in total touchdowns, EPA per play, passer rating, yards per attempt, and explosive pass rate. So even when he was at his best before, he was kind of checking down a little bit. High percentage shows no, he's attacking downfield right now and having a lot of success. All right, getting to the NFC, the Eagles. I'm a big, look, you got to kill the champ. So, yeah, I'm always going to believe in the Eagles and Jalen Hurts putting their best foot forward come playoff time.
I think they're pretenders.
Okay.
They feel broken.
Yeah. Kevin Patullo hasn't been very good as offensive coordinator. They are utilizing the middle of the field a little bit better. Saquon has been running a little bit better the past couple of weeks. So there are some
Saquon
signs.
did have a very good game.
There are some signs of life there. The NFC West is just such a behemoth in this. I would be shocked if an NFC West team is not standing.
Yeah, I don't think their offense could really compete against some of those teams.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe if their defense was still at the level of where we thought they were earlier in the season, but it hasn't been. So it's hard to see it.
And then the Seahawks getting the proverbial monkey off their back, right? In that Rams game. Mm-hmm. Another instant classic from last week that just delivered a wild comeback that it looked like was not possible. I'm going to be very interested if that becomes the kind of launching pad for Sam Darnold going forward in terms of maybe having more success in the super high leverage moments. And really, for him, it's always been specifically against Sean McVay and the Rams. Yeah. Even from last year into this season, even to a lot of that game the other night. But then he made the plays at the end of the game when he had to. But I think the Seahawks are real because they're so complete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think absolutely. I have a take about the game from Thursday, but it diverts from this segment a bit, so I don't want to rush it. But I want to talk about NFL overtime rules.
Okay. No, producer said go for it.
All right. NFL overtime rules. You have 14 games in the NFL go to overtime this year. And there's been a big hubbub. Okay, you should kick the ball first, so you get the ball second. So you know whether or not to go for two. I think the move should be receive the ball. If you score a touchdown, you go for two. That way you take away all the team's life. And if you give up a touchdown, you're going to lose the game. But that is not different from the previous overtime rules.
Yeah.
I think the way analytics has gone and more teams going for it on fourth down, you want to control your own destiny. You want to go for it if you have 4th and 1 to win the game.
Yeah, keep
I
the
think
initiative.
if you have, and albeit, you're in a goal line situation, but if it is essentially 4th and 2, you're going for a 2-point conversion, I think you want the ball in your hands to decide. Because the worst way to lose a game is what we saw on Thursday with the Rams scoring a touchdown in overtime and then ultimately losing the game. And I will say there have been 3 times of the 14 overtime games this year where touchdowns have been scored with the other team having an opportunity to possess the ball. Well, the only time so far this year is when the Seahawks successfully got the 2. There have been 2 other games where they haven't gotten the 2, but I still think, and I think this is going to be adopted sooner than later, I think teams will start going for 2 first just so they can be the aggressor.
Well, and it's interesting to talk about receiving the ball because in analytics circles, that is something that some advocate for because you have a better chance of getting, I think, a 3rd possession. Whereas the other team does not.
Yeah.
So it gives you a chance to have the ball at the end of the game with a field goal to potentially end it. So yeah, look, anytime you and this is not even like a subtle change in terms of how we're now giving both teams a chance to get the ball. Like that's a massive strategic difference that we're going to continue to unpack and learn about like what actually is best practice as we gather more data.
Yeah. I just like that we've entered an era where more teams are going for it on 4th down, more teams are going for 2. Like, it's good for football.
I agree. And it's funny, man. It just feels like military theory. Maintain the initiative, right? Stay on the attack. Control it. Don't cede opportunity back to the opponent. All right, guys, we got more Wake Up Barstool coming up next. Don't go anywhere. This is FS1. Keep locked in there. Don't go there. Don't change that. What's happening, guys? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Rolling right along here in a very festive Wake Up Barstool. Before we get into the college football playoff, Notre Dame ends series with USC. Instead, now scheduling a home-and-home with BYU. We have a Notre Dame fan here.
Why are you putting the onus on Notre Dame?
On the program.
Yeah.
Because y'all apparently just don't like football anymore. Y'all just opting out on all fronts?
No.
Just out on ball?
No.
When you make the playoff, I'm so mad.
Bowl games are
so frustrated.
Bowl games are dead anyways, so I don't want to hear about that anymore.
Oh my God.
Notre Dame did
y'all
not end
killed
the
them.
series. Notre Dame did not end the series. USC opted out because Notre Dame's been killing them for the last 15 years now. Notre Dame wanted to keep the tradition alive. We already let USC play the road game at Notre Dame in the middle of October because it's too cold for them in South Bend at the end of the year. So Notre Dame always goes out there. They don't want to be punished for losing. They're assuming a loss, so they opted to say, hey, we'll keep this going week 0. We'll just throw 100 years of tradition out the window. We'll basically play it as a preseason game instead of when it matters, the same way they've been doing for 100 years, and now everyone's trying to point the finger at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has been trying to keep tradition alive. That's why they're remaining independent. That's why they want to play that game at the end of the year or at least in the middle of the year, and USC has said week 0 or nothing. So blame that on Lincoln Riley and USC. That's not on Notre Dame.
I think y'all are both soft as hell, and y'all both need to get over yourself and just play the freaking game.
I would love to play the game. This is why I said a few weeks ago, just join a conference. Join the Big Ten. It doesn't matter anymore. The conferences don't mean anything. Everybody effectively has an independent schedule. Nobody's playing the same conference schedule even within the schedule. So if you can guarantee USC at the end of the year, I'm willing to make some concessions to allow that game to continue because it's been 100-something years of playing that game. That game should be played. It's the greatest intersectional rivalry in college football. It should be a thing every year. And USC is trying to downgrade it to what they've done to the backyard brawl and all these other games that just get lost for a few extra dollars.
Who's saying week 0 doesn't matter?
What's that?
Like, who's saying week 0 is a glorified preseason?
Would you really like to have the Iron Bowl at week 0 to start
but
the year?
I mean,
that's what you're arguing
But
right
clearly,
now.
the earlier the season matters. Notre Dame didn't make the playoff because
You
of the
know that the rivalry games, the
no.
rivalry week is the last game. You play Ohio State, Michigan the first week then. Just do that.
Listen,
Have the same. If you're making that argument,
I'm not
have the same standard.
I'm not
for every
advocating for
rivalry
that,
game.
but don't tell me that it doesn't matter.
You know that tradition matters and rivalries are played at the end of the year.
Yeah, but college football, nothing is the same anymore, so who cares?
So then why not just say you want Ohio State, Michigan in week 1?
I never said. Why would I say that?
Because
I didn't say
it's
that.
all the same. It's all the same according to
I don't
you.
think
If
he's
it's week 0 or
advocating
not,
for it.
yeah. If it's week 0,
I get
Then
if
you
it's
should be
week 0
advocating for it at the end of the year, which is what it's always been.
I think that I mean, look, make no mistake, USC demanding week 0 is a ploy to try and make it so distasteful so that Notre Dame has to be the one that says no or whatever, right? But the big balls move, the cool guy move would be to be like, okay, spot the ball. You want to go week 0?
For something or
You wanna
fall
go week
for
0?
anything.
Let's
You gotta
freaking go,
stand
dude.
for eventually, you have to take a stand.
Y'all taking a lot of stands.
Yeah, they're on the
I mean,
side.
a lot of stands.
Notre Dame is on
fall
the
for
side
something. I'm
of-
begging you, fall for anything.
Notre Dame is on the side of tradition. They want to preserve what has made college football great for 150 years, and everyone else is just trying to squeeze out every last penny and throw away the things that we love about college football. I like that Notre Dame's like, no, we play this game either mid-October or at the end of the year. That's what we've been doing. That's what we are proposing to maintain. And Lincoln Riley says, oh, we don't want to get punished for a late season loss. Well, come on.
Bunch of scared losers on both sides of the
Why is
docket.
Notre Dame the scared loser?
No, y'all both are.
Why is Notre Dame? Notre Dame wants to play that game the way they've been playing for 100 years.
I agree, but if they're saying play at week 0 and y'all are saying no, then you, by extension, have also been infected with their cowardice.
It's also hard to be like tradition. Like we are take a stand, we're honorable, and then you opt out of a bowl game because you don't make the playoff.
The bowl game,
Bowl games.
all of college football opted out of bowl games. They all did. We're doing a playoff now. They've all opted
because they
out.
made it.
The fact that the playoff, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, like the bowl game, like when he opted out, that was like the first domino to.
Players opting out makes sense, though. It's a crazy schedule.
Does
They
bowl
gotta get
season
ready for
matter
the
as much
NFL.
as it did 5 years ago?
No.
Of course.
But you know what does matter? Seniors getting to strap it up one more time. Maybe a player that's been a long time backup, if the guy ahead of him finally goes to the NFL, it's going to be his one chance to put on the uni, and yet he didn't get to.
The team held a vote,
Sad.
and they didn't want to play in the bowl game.
Bad culture.
No, I don't think so. They didn't want to give ESPN more money. They don't deserve it. So I think I like what Notre Dame did. It's on USC and Lincoln Riley. They didn't want to play the game the way it's supposed to be played when it matters.
Don't get me wrong. I know Lincoln didn't want to keep losing. Like I know that.
Yeah.
But y'all could have been the bigger man and called their bluff.
But sometimes you have to stand for something. Like, no, that game is meant to be played at the end of the year.
Y'all stand for too much. We need you to kneel down just once. Just lay down one time.
No.
All right. Coming up next.
If everyone acted like
college
Notre Dame,
football
college
playoff.
football would be in a better place.
Oh my God. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys. You ever watch the movie Basketball?
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
No.
What is it? The Lakers moved to Los Angeles where there are no lakes. The Jazz moved to Utah where they don't allow music. In college football, actually, funnily enough, in many ways, college football has gone even more basketball than the pros as far as the players are concerned, as guys now bebop around willy-nilly between every season. But in the NFL, these owners continuing to look to maximize their bottom line have no problem threatening and or even moving these teams. Of course, we had the proposed Gary Bears recently, right before the biggest game in the franchise, probably in the last half decade. And now the Chiefs, amidst a sea of pain, just an awful season in which their dynasty has ended, their star quarterback is hurt. Well, what do they have for their fans? Guess what, guys? We're leaving Mizzou, and we're headed to Kansas. What is that?
You're leaving where?
What is that?
You said Mizzou.
I don't understand
Missouri.
geography. Yeah, Missouri, right?
You said Mizzou.
Missouri is.
Oh, you can't say like Mizzou for Missouri.
Mizzou is in the middle of Missouri.
That's the college. We're getting bogged down.
Yeah, geez, y'all just made me panic because you know I'm not geography strong. You made me panic that I had the state wrong. Carson, shut up!
What?
God, sorry, Chief.
What
go ahead.
percentage of the population do you think is finding out today that Kansas City's not in Kansas?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Right.
Yeah,
For
I mean, for me, kind of, yeah.
Debo just learned.
Like, listen,
It's on the river, right?
as far as like a getting used to it kind of thing, like it took forever to us to go remember to say Los Angeles Chargers or San Diego Chargers. Not a big deal. Right? It's like, whatever.
Here's what everybody's talking about location, and I understand that's got to be very disappointing for Missouri. That's awful, and it is. What I hate is a $3 billion stadium with 70% public funding. You rich socialist D-bags. These owners, they're the ultimate capitalists. They want to have their hundreds of millions. They want to have their billions. But when it comes to build the house, they want us to pay. They want socialism. They want public funding. And then they get the profits. So on one hand, and the entire NFL, ironically, is a massive socialist setup for how much they decry this in general life. But then they want the profits, and then they flip back to trickle-down economics. No, y'all pay for it, but don't worry, you're going to see benefits. You're going to have concerts. You're going to have concerts. It's going to create jobs. It's going to do this or that. I freaking hate these NFL owners taking advantage of the taxpayers because they got us over a barrel because we freaking love football.
Here's my question now. They're going to a dome, right? If everyone gets a dome, how many times do they think they're going to get the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's not like...
Everyone wants a Final Four.
Did Kansas really think they're going to get that as much as they are signing up for? Like,
I think everyone saw Indianapolis get it and be like, we should get it done.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how this is going to work.
No, I agree.
When you do get a new stadium, you automatically get a new Super Bowl within like 5 years.
Okay, you get one. Have they gone back to Minnesota? Like, do they have plans to go back to Minnesota? Like,
Detroit got one.
Yeah, like probably not. That's why I think they have all these grand illusions of we're going to turn this destination for this, this, and this. I'm not so sure.
And
go ahead.
Also, like, is hosting the Super Bowl that much of an economic boon? If you host it once,
that's my point. Yeah.
Like, so it's like, does it even really matter that much?
And also, it's kind of sad, man. If everybody's going to have domes, and in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Whoever has the balls to continue to play football outside may have a bit of an advantage, especially if they live in a place that has inclement weather. Like, because other teams will not be used to having to go there or play out there.
This is going to be Missouri's second NFL team they lost in, 10, 12 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's brutal.
Expanded scope, it's 3.
But at least these rich guys can get
3
richer.
teams.
All right, Cole Kmet coming up to kick off hour 2.
Hey guys, we got 30 seconds.
Shout out Cairo Santos,
Okay.
Tulane legend. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Hope you're having a great morning. I know if you're in Chicago, there's a very good chance you're having a great morning, and that's because your football team is good. Why is it good? Well, in no small part, it's good thanks to our guest right now. We got Cole Kmet here on the show. Cole, what's happening, brother? How we feeling this morning?
Oh, what is up? Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Good Tuesday morning. Coming in, and you see Coach Johnson walking around, and he's yelling at everyone that we're wearing pads today. So we're getting ready to roll.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. All right, man.
Outside in pads?
I think outside in pads.
Yes.
Yeah, we're rolling today. Yeah, we're rolling today. Wasted no time.
Personified, dude. Okay, well, I was going to start with kind of a question about the vibes, but talk to me about Coach Johnson a little bit, because it does feel like it's outside looking in. He kind of feels like the secret sauce. The culture feels so much stronger. The way y'all are winning games, the resilience, the toughness. In your mind, as a veteran, what has Ben Johnson brought to this team, and why has it been so successful?
Yeah, well, that toughness and resiliency that you talk about, I think is what he's brought in from the moment he's gotten here. And we felt that during training camp with the type of practices that we had and the physicality with those practices and just those things that he emphasizes. So, it's been cool to see us grow throughout the season. And I think two main themes of our team have been our physicality and our resilience. And, I think that definitely showed up, obviously, the other night, Saturday night against Green Bay.
Cole, I know we're on to the 49ers, but I also know that one of your best friends is a diehard Packers fan. What was that like? Did you talk to him after the game?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I get him tickets whenever we play up there or when when they're playing here, and he's always dressed up in all NFL gear, so he's got nothing else on.
Oh, the Rob Lowe.
So just straight NFL gear, and after the game, he just gave me a handshake and was like, "That was pretty good."
Pretty good.
Cool. What is it? So in that locker room right now, I imagine after all the excitement this year that everybody's feeling pretty close, right? And like the vibes of a winning locker room it's one of the headiest feelings that you can have, and it affects the entire city, affects the entire state. I keep talking about church, where like every single pastor to a man or a woman made a Bears joke. Everybody's so happy, like it's on the tips of everybody's tongues. Do y'all feel that? What you've kind of infused the city and the suburbs with?
Oh yeah, I mean, you feel it every time you go out, and people. I was just at Costco the other day, picking up some stuff, and one of the butchers in the window was banging on the window and just giving me the thumbs up and the claw and the bear down, like everyone was going crazy. So yeah, no, you can feel it when you're walking around, even just around here in Lake Forest or you're up in the city. It's obviously the vibes are great, but yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. This locker room has been great. Obviously, comparing it to locker rooms that I've been in years past, I can't believe we're already towards the end of the regular season here and on our way close to the playoffs. So the year has flown by. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great group to be part of, and we're definitely relishing in it, but also knowing that we've got only so many opportunities here left, and we got a lot on our plate here, but we're excited about what we can do here the rest of the season.
Cole, we spoke off air, and I had admitted that I have been critical of Caleb Williams, not necessarily saying that he is awful, but just saying that he, in my opinion, is an average NFL quarterback right now. He could certainly get better, but what have you seen? You've been there from the start, since before the start. What have you seen have been his changes, I guess, from year one to year two?
Cole, be as mean as possible.
Yeah,
be
mean.
Yeah, wait, is this like from your past experience in an NFL office or something?
It is not. It is not.
He does
my
grind a
four
lot of
eyes.
tape, Cole. He grinds a lot of tape, to be fair. He's a film watcher.
Okay, does he know what he's watching?
That's a better question.
All right.
That's a better question.
No, I won't give you too hard of a time. But no, I think anybody that watches and understands what they're watching can look at Caleb and see that the talent is just off the charts. And
Sure.
I mean, you saw that with the throw at the end of the game the other day against Green Bay. I don't know how many quarterbacks in the league are making that throw in the wind the way he did. I mean, just on a dime, and it was pretty unbelievable. And he's had plenty of those moments this year. So, but I mean, really, what I've been so impressed with him from last year to this year is his operation as a quarterback, his huddle etiquette, the way he gets the play call in from Ben and delivers it to us in the huddle and making checks to the line of scrimmage. And those are the areas that he's really grown. And those don't really show up on the stat sheet, but those help all the other 10 guys on the football field. You know, when he's on point in his operation and what he has to get done, it helps us get off the line of scrimmage with the snap count. You know, we know where our IDs are at, and guys can play fast that way. So I've just been really impressed with his maturity and you know, just his ability to really become a true pro this season.
What has been the biggest difference, because he has, you know, the nickname the Iceman? What's the biggest difference from, you know, first quarter, second quarter to, you know, last 2 minutes of the game? Because he obviously has a lot of clutch plays this year. Obviously, how that best.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he has that knack in those clutch moments to find the play. And I know it's very easy maybe for a layman like yourself to go, why isn't he doing that in the first and second quarter? But there is an element of playing the football game, you know, the first three quarters, and when you get to the crunch time there at the end when you're trailing, you got to find ways to make plays. And, you know, maybe, you know, you do some things and take some risks that you normally wouldn't do within the first three quarters of the game. But I mean, he's been undeniable in those end of game situations. I mean, that's even going back to last year. And I know we didn't have a great record last year, but if you watch some of the stuff he was doing at the end of the year last year in those games and getting us back into them, he's been doing that really his whole career, even if you go back to college. So yeah, he's just got a knack for it. He's got a presence of mind for it. He stays calm in those big moments, and it's been fun to be part of.
Cole, what happened in that bye week? Because before that, it was like the running game was sputtering, and then you go to the bye early in the season, you come out and you just run it down everybody's throat. So was that like a scheme thing, an attitude change? It felt like you guys turned a corner when you went away for a week.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Something in particular. It wasn't like we totally changed our run scheme or changed the way we were playing. I think it took a little bit for the group. I mean, we're all new guys here this season up front in the offensive line and in the running back room as well, and just kind of getting on the same page. And I think, you know, when we came back from the bye, it really just took off.
Well, and it does seem like, and this even goes back to his time in Detroit, obviously, Cole. But as much as we talk about Caleb Williams, and look, because we are all laymen, and I mean, I played college football, and I still don't feel like I know what I'm watching out there. It's an odd thing where we just reduce everything to quarterback, right? That's the conversation, quarterback. But everything starts with the running game with y'all right now, right? I mean, like that seems like the kind of core pillar that the rest of the success offensively is built off of. And when you try to figure out, okay, how are we running it so well? As you said, time on task, get on page. But is it the scheme of Johnson compared to kind of other rushing attacks that you've had? Is it just a higher level of execution? Like what has been the key to that running game becoming so dominant?
Yeah, well, I think it's a mixture kind of all that. I think we have the right guys. I mean, our tight end group, we got three guys in the room that are all willing to block, and I don't think you're going to find that across the league. And now the teams that do have it, you know, you look at LA, they're using a ton of tight ends and within the run game, and they've been super successful this year as well. But and then I think with Ben, how he schemes it up and what he sees on tape, with all the motion that we do, no motion is just none of it's for flair. It's all to create angles for the line for guys up front in the line of scrimmage and create advantageous angles for us in our combination blocks up to the second level. And you know, all those things play a big part in why our run game's been so successful. I mean, I go back to we had a play in New York where I'm kind of in a wing and then I shift into the I as a fullback, and then I'm leading up on the nickel. And, you know, we ended up getting like 8 or 9 yards. I think it was a touchdown on that play. But, you know, he's just able to find those matchups and create those looks for us within the run game. And it's just been a lot of fun to be part of. And you always feel like you're in a good spot when you're out there with the runs that he's got dialed up for the week.
Cole, I remember talking to you 2 years ago at Cantina, and you're being like, hey, like 8 to 10 years, you're lucky if you get that in this league. I've never made the playoffs. I want to get to the playoffs. So the urgency level is there for you. Has it sunk in yet that you're going to play a playoff game?
Yeah, well, I did play in one in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
But, in COVID year. But, no, it's, I mean, this is just awesome. I mean, watching the Lions game, which was a crazy ending. And I had no idea what was going on there at the end. But kind of the relief of them losing that game and us, for sure being in is awesome. And, now we're kind of on to our next step of the plan, which is obviously securing the division. And then from there, going and trying to get this number 1 seed. But, no, I'm excited about it, and hopefully we can lock up this division here so we can secure at least one game at Soldier. I mean, that was just an unbelievable atmosphere that we had there for the game, and excited about what our team could be here going forward.
Have you all started now? Like maybe you could take us through a bit of what the game prep schedule looks like. Have you all started diving into Niners film yet? I mean, I'm guessing today will be a big install day in terms of learning maybe what we're going to be attacking. Like, what have you seen out of San Francisco? Which, I mean, again, in the NFC West with a lot of great teams, we kind of don't talk about them as much, but they look as good as anybody in the league right now.
Yeah, so a little bit of a different schedule this week for us, just because obviously we played the Saturday night game, so we were off on Sunday. Yesterday we all came in for a lift, and the position groups kind of just blinked the film real quick of the Green Bay game, and then today we'll do our heavy install for the game and start looking at these guys. I know a lot of guys, including myself, we probably watching a lot of film already on them yesterday evening. And then Wednesday we'll get back at it. Usually it's like our third down nickel day, so you kind of go over those situations. Thursday for Christmas Day, I think we're having most of the day off, which is awesome. And then Friday we'll get back to it and we'll do our red zone day. Saturday we'll travel, and then Sunday night we'll play the game. So I mean, lucky for us, we got a little bit of an extra time compared to the other guys, just because, I mean, they played last night. So that was good to kind of get a watch of them last night. But, I mean, look, it's a really good football team, obviously led by Coach Shanahan, who's done a terrific job over there. And look, defensively, they've had a lot of injuries, but, still a really good scheme with Robert Saleh, and it'll present a really good challenge for us. But I think there's some things there that we can take advantage of, and I think offensively we definitely feel really good about what we can do against these guys.
Cole, why is Notre Dame just opting out of football? We don't want to play. We don't want to play a bowl game. We don't want to play USC anymore.
Are we the ones driving the USC thing? Is that what's going
he's
on?
lying. Everyone's lying about it, Cole. Notre Dame wants to keep tradition alive and play that game at the end of the year, and USC offered up week 0.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I mean, the whole college football playoff thing, I mean, I didn't even watch a playoff game, I'm going to be honest with you, this past weekend. And all due respect to the smaller schools of, JMU and Tulane, but
chill out, dude. That's Cairo Santos, Tulane now. Come on now, bro.
I know, but they had no business being in the game. I mean, the spreads already were insane, and you got blowout games in a playoff. Like that can't be happening. So hopefully they get that fixed going forward.
Oh man, we'll.
How sick was that direct snap through your legs to Monungai in practice?
Oh yeah, like the 15 times we repped it, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then in the game you just hear, shit. Kyle's on the ball. Oh, damn it.
But this is, I mean, that is like that's kind of the. A lot of teams are getting very creative with the tush push, and we've been waiting to see the fake tush push direct snap. I'm so upset it didn't work. Cole, you kind of referenced it, but tight ends, y'all are having a moment right now in the NFL. You mentioned the Rams, obviously the Lions, where Johnson came from. The Steelers are starting to employ a lot of 13 personnel. Niners getting into it. I talked to Coach Gruden about this yesterday, but I want your perspective on it as well. What is it about 13 personnel, about really putting so many of y'all on the field at once, that is putting NFL defenses in such a bind right now?
Yeah, well, I think it's the advantage you get in the run game, and I know that everyone's in the calling it a pass heavy league, which it is, and it is a pass league still. But I think when you look at the matchups you can get within the run game, and whether that's getting a safety in the box, and now you're having a tight end on a safety, and in those areas, and creating extra gaps. I think those are big areas where you're just getting huge advantages with having these tight ends on the football field, and then obviously you're able to do drop back or do play action from there, and create one-on-ones with some of your receivers. So back in the day, like there's not that many like Ray Lewis looking type linebackers nowadays.
No.
A lot of these guys are actually really good in coverage, and they play the pass game really well. But with that being said, a lot of these guys, they're not 250, 260 like they were in the early 2000s. They're 225, 230 at the most sometimes. And if you're able to wear them out in the run game over and over, I think that's why you've been seeing these 2-3 tight end sets, and being able to take advantage of those matchups in the run game there.
Little off meta, boys. Y'all sucked up the souls of fullbacks. But like you said, at least you're kind of carrying on their legacy, lead blocking and whatnot. Cole, you're the man. Thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. Kick ass this weekend. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Take care.
Thanks.
Thanks, Cole.
There he is. Illinois native, Chicago native, Cole Kmet, leading the Bears. That's awesome, man. Got to be an incredible feeling. All right, coming up next, we got Supreme Debate, where we have the conversations that no one else is willing to have in morning sports talk television. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. It is time to once again engage in some Supreme Debate. And if you're out there listening or watching, guys, screenshot it, share it with your friends, as we have the toughest conversations in all of sports. I'll lead us off today, boys. And I'm not meaning to be offensive, but this is something that I've wanted to ask y'all about. The 2025 Chicago Bears are just are just the 2018 Chicago Bears in different clothing. Matt Nagy, 12-4. Mitch Trubisky, young quarterback. Do we believe? 1-score wins. Why is it different?
It's so different.
Why?
Because I never believed in Mitch. I never thought that he had a ceiling. So I do think Caleb is a better quarterback. Caleb's a better quarterback.
I never believed in Mitch.
I never believed in Mitch.
No?
Go look. I said it on draft day. I never liked him at North Carolina. And also that Bears defense, I think, is miles ahead of this Bears defense.
Yeah,
so
in a weird way, like, can you maybe say that we're more solid in some ways? Because
they weren't 12-4.
For sure. They had a legitimate unit. Like,
Yeah.
they were the
Yeah.
best defense in the NFL
They
probably
were.
that year. So you felt good on the backs of them. Granted, like, we're probably better all around this year. Like, as
I
a
didn't really
team.
trust the offense.
Yeah, but we had one dominant unit, so
Yeah.
it's a little different.
It was Khalil Mack, and it's like you still, like, Eddie Jackson got hurt in that Green Bay game.
Yeah.
Second, and like that kind of, there was a huge problem after that for the defense. So
Is there any fear in the back of y'all's mind here?
My fear is that, and I don't think it's going to happen because we have Ben Johnson, we have Caleb Williams, but my fear is that the window ends after that game, because that's kind of what happened.
That is what
to that
happened,
franchise.
yeah.
As you can see, I forgot about that we even played in a playoff game the next year, because I don't count that stupid Nickelodeon game where they expanded the playoffs and we got the 7th seed and we got our doors blown off in New Orleans. So I don't think it's the same for that reason. I don't think the window shuts after the season.
Apparently, we've pulled some receipts from 2017. Let's see what we have here.
implying that they're all busts.
Okay, Chief.
Yeah.
Check it out. Chief,
That's
consistent.
draft day, I would assume.
That is
27.
draft day.
Yep, April 27. Look at him, consistent. K. McNown, Rex Grossman, probably
But
the Super Bowl.
The thing is, that team got to the point where, like, we don't need Mitch to be amazing because their defense is so
Right.
good.
You were just
we just need him to be pretty good.
You were saying, like, you think Caleb is somewhere 13 to 16 or 13 to 25. We were like praying, can Mitch just get a little bit better to be average?
Yeah, can he be 13 to
That's
16?
all we
Yeah,
wanted. We
right.
wanted just average.
Che, do you have any rebuttal before we go to the next debate?
I didn't say it. I think the biggest flaw with that team, and actually I recall saying it on the whatever it was, our Sirius show at the time, that I thought the biggest flaw in that team was the kicking game because Cody Parkey had missed
that was a huge problem,
several
too.
before that the double doink.
Yeah.
He had a few doinks.
Oh, we knew it too.
Yeah.
Like it was the whole year was like it's going to hurt us in some fashion.
Yeah.
We just hope it doesn't matter like at the game on the line situation. What happened?
I also want to say the year before, or he was in Miami, he was 100% for for the year.
I think he was good.
Yeah, he was very good. Yeah.
Eddie, what's your supreme debate?
My supreme debate is that DK Metcalf should be in jail. When I say jail, I mean the next 2 games he should spend in the holding cell that they have in the stadium.
Oh, and yeah, because he fought in the stadium.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He fought in the stadium. So he should be. They play the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
He should be in the Cleveland Browns holding cell in Paul Brown Stadium, down there with all the fans who also are in the drunk tank for
I
fighting.
need a little camera live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Pittsburgh, so he should be in Pittsburgh Stadium in the holding cell as well.
That's very funny to think about. Potentially, God, could you imagine if you showed up in the
Full uniform.
Yes, full uniform.
you get thrown into the drunk tank and there's DK Metcalf just sitting in there with you?
Maybe just like a
Looking
cage on the
jacked.
bench. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me why you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That might be a little problematic, Chief. I don't know about the optics of just putting DK Metcalf in a
Well, it's a
cage
jail.
on the
It's a
bench.
jail cell. Yeah.
The fans got to be mad he didn't make contact. If he makes contact on that is.
Oh, the fan? Oh, he's getting
wild.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting
Yes.
paid big time.
Yeah.
Maybe still. I mean, he'll still probably try.
Yeah, when you fight in the stadium, you got to go to the drunk tank holding cell. So
These are the rules.
Yeah.
These are the rules. All right, Che, what do you got? Supreme debate.
So DK Metcalf obviously got 2 games not holding cell related for that instance, which is appealing. I think there should be another suspension. Jawan Jennings last night. Did you guys see this?
No.
He's caught a touchdown and then he faked giving the ball to a fan, albeit a Colts fan. But look at this. So he goes over to the stands. He looks like he's going to throw it in. Full pump fake. She goes, no. That's not the worst part. If we can almost pause it right at the fake, there is a kid in a Niners jersey right there reaching for the ball.
No.
Give it to the kid.
Jawan.
Give it to the kid. He's wearing a
JJ.
Niners jersey. He chose to be a jerk in his big moment on prime time in Monday Night Football. Roger Goodell, you're all about the fans. You're all about experience. This is a type of behavior that should warrant a suspension. Kind of funny that he did it on the woman, but there's a kid. There is a kid right there looking for a ball. He's going to be a lifetime fan of Jawan Jennings, and he blew it to be a jerk.
Damn.
I thought it was funny.
I think 3 of your supreme debates have been about fans getting footballs.
Yeah,
I'm a big what happens when the ball is out of play? Are people on the sidelines making catches? Are people getting balls? Like I want to see people make plays. I want to see people be happy.
Che had our first ever teleprompter segment here on
exactly.
WUB. Breaking down Telestrator. Oh yeah, it's not teleprompter. That's what you read off of. Yeah, our first ever Telestrator segment when he was breaking down the Bills fan running away with the NFL ball earlier this year.
That might be the most aware and best situated fan, most prepared fan to ever sit in an end zone.
It is insane that the NFL won't let you keep a football.
How much are those? How much do they cost?
I mean,
can't be that much, right? $60.
So they have the tracking devices in them, so they can measure the first down. So they will give you a different football. But if you
they sub it out like
they would sub it out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But if you're catching a game football from was that Josh Allen or Drake May? I forget who.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen threw it. If you're a Bills fan, you're catching that. I want that ball.
Yeah.
That's the ball that I caught.
Yes, 1,000%. All right, Chief, what do you got?
I've always wanted this to be a rule. I feel like it makes the most sense now. So we have one team that has a bye. Instead of doing a straight reseed, I want the 1 seed to call out who they want for round 2.
Okay, so the 1 seed just gets to choose.
They get to pick their poison.
Oh, I kind of love that, dude. Oh, my God.
So maybe you don't want to play your division rival for a 3rd time, so you opt into like a higher seed, and then it's reseeded after that. But if you get the bye, you get to pick your call your shot.
Well, and it adds an extra element of pressure of you better not lose.
Correct. Because there's a lot of fodder. It's automatic bulletin board material.
You asked this dude to fight.
Yeah.
You better not lose. Okay, so let's say that the Bears end up getting the 1 seed. Who are you? Who are you picking?
I think I would take the Eagles in the next round.
Can I alter this though?
Sure.
I think you should rank choice. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Beforehand, I don't want them to pick based off like a quarterback in an answer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
So kind of like
Put them in an envelope.
in the Ryder
Yeah.
Cup, they do that envelope
Yes.
thing where
That's fair. I like
somebody
that.
misses. Yeah. Okay, hell yeah. Oh, not a bad idea, boys. We've had some really good ideas during Supreme Debate. All right, Carson, you're up. Supreme Debate, what do you got?
They said no.
Oh, wait, do you have one? We're going rogue, Carson. If you got one, give it to me.
Well, I have one.
Okay,
It
go.
can't be about hockey, though.
It isn't.
It can be about hockey.
It could be.
Who would you choose as your quarterback? A healthy Daniel Jones or the whole state of Missouri? See, Missouri has now fumbled 3 times in its career. The St. Louis Cardinals, the St. Louis Rams,
Yep.
and then now the Kansas City Chiefs. So they lost all of them.
Yeah.
All the teams have left. They've fumbled 3 times. And Daniel Jones, over his career, has 30 fumbles. Who would you rather have as your quarterback?
I know, look, I doubt that Daniel's ever going to get back to the form post-injury what we saw this year. But I'm going Indiana Jones, dude. I believe maybe there's a chance.
Over a whole state?
What do you want me to take some lawmaker who played at SEMO in the 90s?
It could be anyone.
Prabula even just left y'all, dude. There's no good
Look,
quarterbacks left.
Left. Keyword left. We, Brady Cook, the Gabbert family. Brett Gabbert played at Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, Gabbert
Lane
family's
Gabbert,
pretty good.
Longtime backer for the Bucks.
back
Yeah.
up for the
Yep.
Bucks.
Yep.
He was pretty good in
Boston,
college.
Jacksonville.
I like Chase Daniel a lot. Okay, apparently we have a secret Supreme Debate from production here. Would you rather have sunlight at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m.? So give us a quick context on this here.
The context is Chief said he doesn't like when it's.
That's not true.
When
Hold
there's-
on. Let Eddie give the context.
It's a long debate that we've had amongst the Chicago crew about when would you rather have the extra sunlight. Chief says he doesn't care about sunlight at 6. So he's fine with the sun
You
going
like
down
when
at
it's getting
4.
dark out at like 4:30?
No, I don't. This is where I get slandered by Ed for years, where I say something and then he changes the narrative where I'm like, I like darkness. I don't like darkness. I like the summer where it's 16 hours of daylight. Of course, everyone does. But if I had to choose between having it be dark at 6 and light at 6 a.m. in the morning, I like a little morning light to start the day. I hate driving to work when it's pitch black dark out. I hate it. I'd like to have a little sunlight when I'm walking my dog in the morning.
You're not driving to work at 6 a.m.
Today I
Today
did.
you did.
Okay, one day a week?
But I had jobs before this one, which is where this take originated.
I don't see how
I like morning light when I'm walking the dog.
You just blamed or accused Eddie of twisting your words, and then you said exactly what he said.
No,
a good point.
he said that I like it. I don't like it.
Prefer.
If I had the option, I would choose morning light. He said I like that it gets dark at 4:20. I don't like it. I want as much sunlight as possible. But that's not how the earth works.
You're literally answering the question on the screen.
Yeah, I would prefer 6 a.m., but he tries to twist it saying I like it dark at 4:20.
He loves going to the office and walking out and never seeing the sun.
That's not true.
That's crazy.
He leaves.
That's not true. But
It is
it's
a bad
good for
feeling.
you to start
is a
your
bad
day with a
feeling.
little sunlight. Start your day with sunlight.
I think I'm going 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
All right, well, you guys can just sit on your couch and look outside when it's light out when you're watching sports at night. When in the winter, that's when you have hockey, you got football, you got primetime things to watch at night. I'm fine with being on my couch
Actually,
when
yeah,
it's dark
no,
out
I'm with
outside.
Chief. Never mind. I got bullied into this. No,
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're inside anyway. It's cold, whatever.
Cubs nice afternoon game.
I love those.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
not
ya?
the debate, Steven.
Do ya?
Sunny
That's
then.
not the debate. Summertime, great. I love it. I wish I could live in a place where the earth was fixed and we had daylight all the time.
There is a place like that.
Where?
Alaska, half the year.
It's, Steven, no.
I thought you were going to say Cupertino.
All right, coming up next, guys, Rico Bosco, the return of our guy. Look at him, tee him up. We got the mid-major minute as well as everything you need to know about college basketball from my guy Rico. Don't go anywhere. More Wake Up Barstool on FS Uno. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. It's Tuesday. It's the holidays. And what a Christmas treat. We do it every single Tuesday. We got Rico Bosco talking college hoops, getting you ready. College hoops, conference play is here, about to get into full swing. Rico, what are we chewing on today?
Yeah, it's a slow week for this week in terms of games. You got some conference play tonight, and then it starts back up at the end of the new year. But a lot of different headlines or crazy events kind of in the week. That's always how this soap opera goes. I'm sure you guys have you seen the Ed Cooley video or the Ed Cooley news?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so tough here if you zoom or you kind of look. There's obviously Ed Cooley. They lose on a shot. If you watch closely, he takes the water bottle, fires it into the crowd, hits a toddler. He then sends.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not good. You cannot be throwing beverages. I want to be the first one to say that. Well, listen, all jokes aside, like just brutal spot. Cooley's the nicest guy in the world. I know he got some slack when he left, obviously, Providence to Georgetown. Georgetown being that historic job. A lot of guys like this look up to John Thompson. So he's always, and he's been okay at Georgetown, not great. He's got to, elevate there. There's a stress there, but tossing it super, super tough. You feel, but listen, he did it. You definitely feel bad in terms of the circumstance of what he did, but you can't put yourself in that spot. So he takes a suspension. I know people were like clamoring for that. Deserved. I think he'd be the first person to say that, but tough scene in hoops.
Do we know what happened to the toddler? Have we had any follow-up?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't want to speak one way or the other. I know he reached out to the family or spoke to the family. Definitely apologized, but tough kind of scene with that for sure.
Yeah, suspensions are deserved when you throw beverages. I think you'd agree with that.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like a plastic water bottle, not as bad as a full can.
No, like a can that would rip someone's eye.
Yes, right. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Absolutely.
Rico, break down the winner play for us.
Yeah, all right. So Tulsa, Western Kentucky. This play at the end of a game, it's very famous. It's Brad Stevens, probably the most famous, we call it slob, sideline out of bounds. So if you watch there, you got it's a back screen. I'll kind of help you guys out here, obviously. So this is a different version from what I've seen. Can you kind of get that board?
Yeah.
So the two is going to kind of run up here and take some space. I haven't seen this version. The 4 makes it like he's going to go this way. It's a timing play. On the catch, the 4 steps back with a back screen. We got the 2 going for a 3. You've seen it with Iowa, Michigan State. You saw it in a national championship game a couple of years ago. There you go. There's Iowa's version. You could start a guy in a block and run down. In the national championship, UNC had it, but Manic, I believe. So he starts the top elbow, runs down. It's a throw on the catch. They couldn't get it in. He fell down. So that's the play. Now, the thing here, great play. Obviously, kudos to Brad Stevens. We love that. But the problem, if you run it again with Western Kentucky and Tulsa, it is a blatant, watch this moving screen how bad it is. As bad as it is. So the baseline ref is Todd Austin.
Oh, God.
The slot ref is a guy named Shane Land. You would think it's his call because he's looking at it. But the minute that guy catches the ball, we're making sure his feet are set if somebody fouls at 3. Not him. The call is on the crew chief and the lead guy, Tony Chiazza, who's inbounding the ball. Absolute blown call, and he doesn't have to answer for it. It's brutal. He makes $3,700 doing it. Completely blown call. Western Kentucky's in a bad spot, and nobody's got to answer it. Now, again, I want this on the record that I'm just out here for the sport of the game. Like, I don't have an interest in either way. Like, I got nobody who does it. That's a blown call. Those guys deserve to answer for it. But great slob and bad call is kind of where we're at with it.
Based on this segment, the only time this play works is if there is a moving screen. The first 2, we had like a couple of clanks and an air ball. So maybe it's not that great of a sidelines out of bounds play.
Listen, I've seen it in Europe. I've seen it everywhere. It's a great play. So shout out to Stevens.
Shout out to
Can we count on you to hold Tulsa's feet to the fire if they're on the bubble and you'd be like, no, they shouldn't get credited for this win?
Yes, you will. I think the AAC, Tulsa's off to a good start. I think the AAC runs through South Florida, which we touched on, but we'll see how it goes. So, yeah. Well, worse if Western Kentucky's on the bubble. That's going to hurt even more if that loss. So, we'll see. In terms of other news, I don't know if you guys saw the 2027
this is the Final Four logo?
Yeah, 2027 for Detroit. Now, I think it's pretty bland compared to, they did an old graphic of the old ones back in the 80s and 90s, like the Detroit, there, Motor City there. I mean, that's awesome. The 2009 is an 8, and the 2027 is a 4.5 to me, if you ask me.
This goes back to like just the overall rise of like minimalism and go look at like the fast food places that we grew up with compared to now. Of course, the Home Alone house has been making the rounds on the internet. You saw that. They sucked the soul out of that place. I agree. We need some good early 2000s graphic design. Give me some over-the-top, multicolored, exciting logos.
Yeah, I saw the thing from the Citrus Bowl, when they had the orange. I know that's in Chiefs' wheelhouse. Yep. I feel like now it's they've moved away from the the fun, So that's news in terms of logos. Christmas spirit, I know that's been a hot topic here in terms of my show. Obviously, you look at Izzo and Greg Campy from Oakland. I think this is awesome. You got guys, you got Campy. They're obviously friends. Campy's wearing a nice list. Him shaking the hand of a referee, and Izzo plays into it. He's yelling at the referee. We need that. We need more of this in terms of like Christmas sweaters, especially that week. Now, shout out to this guy, Grant Leonard. He's got a bunch of these at Queens. If your team's going to go get blown out in bye games, you might as well have some fun with your wardrobe. I think that's awesome. He's got some other ones out there that's great. So to shout out to him. Another shout out, we've talked about it, obviously, the freshmen in the draft for the mock draft. I think it's 9 of the top 10 or 8 of the top 10 are going to be freshmen and 17 in the first round. So freshman heavy like you've never seen before. Listen, freshmen come in and there's a lot of one and done guys. It feels like now there's some Europeans that come in or maybe a junior or this and that. Like we're going kind of all freshmen right off the board. So shout out to that freshman class. Eddie, you talked about Notre Dame and Micah Shrewsbury. We got some sound to kind of run. It's not going great when you lose a bye game. So he says his Christmas is ruined if you have that ready to go.
Oh, let's hear this.
What it did is ruin my Christmas. I'm gonna watch this film, and there ain't no Christmas in my house. There might be for everybody else in the family, but I have a huge chip on my shoulder. We got to get this back. So I'm starting tomorrow. I'm gonna watch this game. I'm gonna figure out how we're better, and then I'll start watching Stanford. And we got to go win 2 games, man.
So he loses. Yeah, he loses to Purdue, Fort Wayne. I think it's the Matadons. Tough one. So tough spot for you, Eddie. And Chief, obviously, if you support Notre Dame.
I mean, that's, it's like, I get what he's doing there, right? I get what he's doing there. It's a super disappointing loss. You got to let the fan base know you're not happy, but come on, dude. You can't cancel Christmas for the kids. I hope that was all show. I hope that he actually enjoys his Christmas. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think in fairness, he said he ruins his Christmas. Everybody else can have Christmas, but, I just...
Yeah, but I feel like the dad's an integral part of Christmas.
Set the tone for the whole Christmas.
Yeah. He's going to be moping around.
George Bailey was having a tough one, with the big bag of money. So it is what it is. I think we got a graphic. Shout out to all of these teams if you have the list. So Boise State, Denver, New Orleans, Grand Canyon, South Florida, friend of the program, New Mexico, Bowling Green, San Diego. What do all these teams have in common, guys?
They've sent you gear.
No, they don't. They have more or the same amount of quad 1 wins as St. John's Red Storm.
Oh.
It's been a bad year in Queens. Preseason number 1 by some people, top 5, Final 4. They're all booking it. You got teams like Denver and New Orleans with more or the same amount of quad 1 wins for you. Tough spot. Tough spot for the Johnnies.
My little brother used to coach at UNO, dude. I used to go to privateer games all the time, dude.
Love that. And so the mid-major minutes, a little bit off the deep end here. Non-Division I, the Tufts Jumbos out of Medford, Mass. Coach Linton, 21 in the country, just won the Cruisin' Classic down in Miami. They got a kid, Scott Giamessi, averaging 16 and 8. They got Josh Bernstein. He's a 6'10 center. This kid blocks shots like prohibition. And the guard, John Medley, 5 assists a game. He puts pressure on the D like a good lawyer. Okay, that's where we're at with Tufts. 21 in the country. Love Coach Linton. I think the Jumbos are in for a long, long season.
A 6'10 Bernstein.
Aren't they D3? Isn't that? Are we talking NESCAC on here?
We're
talking NESCAC basketball.
NESCAC during Christmas week. Yeah, shout out Tufts.
Yeah. Rico, I'm sure you knew I was going to ask this. The Iowa Hawkeyes, I mean, dropping 2 or 3 down to 14 in women's hoops. They just lost to Iowa State. Obviously, they lost to UConn, number 1 team in the nation. They got Penn State coming up, but on New Year's Day, they got number 20 Nebraskan Britt Prince. Do you think the Iowa Hawkeyes are in trouble?
Yeah, I think so. Me and the Iowa Hawkeye men's team are kind of going at it. They're ranked, I think, this year. They're getting votes. They're towards the top. I'm a big Fran McCaffrey guy. I always say the grass isn't greener. They like McCollum. They like what they got over there. With the women's side, yeah, I think they're in good shape, Steven. I don't know how long you're going to keep this going, but I'm going to give you media answers every time.
They got hoopers.
That's how it goes. I'm going to give you as much of generic answers as I can.
Rico, favorite Christmas movie quote?
Favorite Christmas movie quote is "No man is a failure who has friends." The end of "It's a Wonderful Life." So it's been, it's a tough time, obviously, for a lot of people going through it. So always remember that you got a lot of friends of the program, and when you need it, pick up the phone and be good to your friends. Would be the
excellent choice. Best Christmas movie, one of the best movies ever. Rico, you got any picks for us? A little stocking
I do. I like
stuffer.
one. Yeah, we're still sitting back at around 500. When we win easy. When we lose, not so great. But noon Eastern, so 11, I think, for you guys. Campbell. -5.5. Coach John Adirondack. We like him. -5.5 against Green Bay and Doug Gottlieb, who shout out to Doug Gottlieb as well. He was juggling the radio show and the coaching, gave up the radio show, all in on the coaching. I think it's one of those, you saw how emotional he was. He obviously liked the radio show. But you got to go all in on one of these things, and it seems I feel like it's gonna help him with his team, that he's gonna have more time. He's gonna feel like he's given more to his team, which he should. It was a crazy story that he was doing both as it is. But Green Bay better than last year, but not as good. I like Campbell -5.5.
The Camels.
I mean, a Christmas miracle. Rico giving credit to Doug Gottlieb.
Wow.
Yeah, turn the corner.
Look at that, dude. It really brings us all together. Rico, thank you so much, man, obviously for the segment, but everything you do for Wake Up Barstool. Have a very Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Rico Bosco. There he is. College basketball about to take center stage here pretty soon. All right, coming up next, let's close out the show. We could talk some Christmas, what's going on the next couple of days, and I think we have to confront one of our producers about being a bad fan and maybe by extension a bad man even. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Christmas is here, guys. So excited. We'll be back tomorrow as well, so look forward to that. But we must talk about this show because our intrepid executive producer, the man behind the scenes who runs it all, our own Matt Tan, noted Bears fan, Chicago native, loves the Bears. I sit next to him and Jeremy, and all day long, all they do is argue Packers, Bears. It's all very exciting. But a little birdie, we got some intel that Matt was at Soldier Field for the game Saturday. Pretty awesome setting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what a moment. Could you imagine being in that stadium for that comeback? Well, neither could Matt, because he left with 5 minutes left in the game. Oh, ye of little faith. And look, I love you. You gave me that bottle of Dalwhinnie single malt the other day. That's been delicious. But what do you have to say for yourself? I'm asking Matt to get on the mic and talk. Yeah. Oh, Carson said you can. Coward. Okay. So Matt is choosing the Notre Dame way out. Refusing to defend himself. I mean, boys, is that a revocation of the fan card there?
There's no one more disappointed in myself than myself.
Yeah, not great. I think, listen, in some cases it is okay to leave games early.
Especially
but
Soldier Field.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But 5 minutes left, it was still a couple possession games.
And it's Green Bay.
Yeah, it's exactly.
It's probably the biggest Bears-Packers game in.
Yeah, but I do believe him that no one is more disappointed than
I actually take that at face value as well, to be fair. Yes, that's one that you beat yourself up over for the rest of your life.
I couldn't imagine, not having that moment to see the comeback.
Oh, brutal.
So, admittedly, I left our watch party. I don't care about the Bears and Packers.
Yeah.
I will say, does Barstool have a leaving early problem? Barstool, Greg setting the tone, leaving before the Chiefs, down one score, and then now Matt.
Cody leaving earlier this year, ripping on Josh Allen, calling him a check down merchant.
Is Cody the original bail early guy?
Although there was a positive moment of the weekend. Didn't Mikey Betts pay one of his friends who he believes to be a jinx to leave the game?
Yeah.
Again, though, guys, who's actually having the influence? Is it Cheah being at JL's? Is it Betts' friend being in the stadium?
You're right.
Who's actually is it Dave having to leave and go across the street? There's too much of this. There's too much.
You're right.
It's all butterfly effect stuff. I do think Cheah leaving helped.
All right, guys, Christmas Day plans. What are we getting into?
Standard, just family and, whatever.
Family, football,
Christmas.
drinks,
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
presents.
That's it.
I don't know about football.
Yeah, the NFL slate kind of sucks.
It's still football.
It is, but it's meaningless football.
What do you have like a must-watch movie?
It's a Wonderful Life is number one with the bullet. I really enjoyed Holdovers this year. Shout out to our guy White. He put me on that, one of our local cinephiles here at the company. But yeah, must watch is always It's Wonderful Life. I'm a big Family Stone guy as well. I will just cry my eyes out with Family Stone.
There's a very, very good NBA slate. And it's all the NBA used to own Christmas.
Yep.
And then the NFL had to come in, and I love the NFL. I love the NFL. I love the NBA as well. They're making it a little bit too hard. The NFL, not to their fault of their own, but quarterback injuries, teams out of the playoff race has essentially pigeonholed themselves into not being on the main screen on TV.
Some are saying that this is the sports gods punishing the NFL for flying a bit too close to the sun, for presuming too much and trying to take Christmas Day, which will still win the ratings.
You know what?
Yeah,
I don't care.
sure,
I could get Cole on Thursday. I already had a great week. Big win.
True.
Yeah,
I met QB1 Sunday.
Yeah.
Like it's been good. It's been
What
nice.
was that like? He was at a donating food?
Yeah, I was just at a charity thing. It's very brief.
Did he have his cheese grater hat on?
He did. We took a picture and he had his cheese grater on. It was funny.
Was he cool?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sick.
I mean, I didn't really interact with him, but
Wait, what are y'all's number one movies of the bullet?
I'm It's a Wonderful Life too.
Yeah.
my Mount Rushmore is Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, It's a Wonderful Life, and Jingle All the Way.
Oh, I love Jingle All the Way, dude.
Nice Chicago background. Just got the apartments back.
Yeah.
Oh, you're my favorite customer.
I love that background.
I love Arnold as a successful businessman. I love the archetype of the overworked 90s or early 2000s dad who's just always too busy for family. And then he has to learn a valuable lesson around the holidays. Cheah, what is your number one Christmas movie with the bullet?
I'm not a big Christmas movie guy.
Which is
If
shocking
if I
because you
had
are a
to
movie
pick,
guy.
I guess maybe Elf. I'm
Elf's awesome.
I'm not watching a movie during Christmas to get into the spirit, if that makes sense. I'll watch a movie, but it doesn't have to be Christmas themed.
I like all versions of The Grinch, too. Original animated, Jim Carrey, and the new Illumination animated one is actually quite good.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. If you have kids, you've heard the Minions yell Illumination quite a few times. Do you know the name? Or have you ever heard the name of the guy who is the voice of Tony the Tiger and the voice of the narrator in The Grinch?
No.
Oh.
Thurl Ravenscroft.
Oh.
I mean, God, what a name, dude.
He was
with a
put
voice
on this
like
earth
that.
just so T-Bob could say his name.
Thurl Ravenscroft.
Like that.
Oh, it's like probably my favorite all-time name ever.
Earl Ravenscroft.
Yeah.
Speaking of voices, I actually made a video. I got to put it out for. You guys played like Madden or college football growing up.
Yep.
Give me your best EA Sports impression.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
That's
That
pretty
was
good.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's really good.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's good too.
All right, Eddie, you're
That's
up.
tough to follow up. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, that's too Chicago. Way too Chicago.
So I think he mixes it up because I feel like there are different years of Madden that it's more gravelly and some that are more standard.
You gotta have the gravel.
So mine would be EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, that's pretty froggy. That's pretty froggy there, guys. All right, hey, check it out. Tomorrow, guys, we're going to have a pre-recorded Christmas Eve show. It's going to be a ton of fun. We'll be back come Monday. Look, hey, a lot of people are going to complain about the college football playoff. I'll send you out on this. Go look at the Final Eight. The Final Eight is elite. It's going to be great from here on out. We're going to have a ton of fun. So we know the game. You can have fun watching on TV with the rest of us. All right, I'm just kidding, guys.
I didn't watch it.
I don't want it on a negative note. We love you. Happy birthday, Jesus. We'll see you Monday.